research it all. I didn't research the ball. Do you research the call, homie? Research the name. I didn't research the game. Do you research the change, homie?
Hi, this is Sam Monak, and thanks for joining me for a Token Metrics review on Facebook Libra, a corporate cryptocurrency that really has the potential to create a paradigm shift in the way that money works, just like Bitcoin did. So Facebook has 2 billion users that will have access to this cryptocurrency when it launches. Let's put that into perspective. 2 billion steps would take you around the globe 38 times, and it would take you 63 years to count to 2 billion. So when I first heard about Bitcoin in 2012, one of my first reservations was there's no way that governments and banks are going to allow for this to happen. And I kind of have a similar feeling about Facebook Libra, but we see what happened with Bitcoin. It's still here. It's still kicking. I can be fairly confident if you're watching this video, you have Facebook, you're wondering, what is Facebook Libra? What is Mark Zuckerberg up to? How will I be able to use this cryptocurrency? And further, what does this mean for Bitcoin? So let's start with, what is Facebook Libra? Libra is a stable global digital currency that has lower fees than existing infrastructure. Is it a cryptocurrency regular to fiat currency? You could call it a cryptocurrency, but if you're going to compare it to public blockchains like Bitcoin, it's not a cryptocurrency. Is it a blockchain? If you define blockchain as a chain of blocks, then it is not a blockchain. But if you define blockchain as a database, you could call it a blockchain. So now I'm going to talk about how to use this cryptocurrency. And there's a wallet app, and the wallet app's called Calibra. So at the beginning of the internet, it was really difficult to use the internet. You had to have a lot of knowledge to be able to send an email, to be able to create a website, or just to be able to browse the internet. And then a bunch of different companies came, Google, Facebook, Amazon, and they made it so that it's very easy to use the internet. You just go to the website, and it's a simple, easy to use interface that anybody can use. So that really brought tons and tons of people onto the internet. And I believe something similar is happening with cryptocurrency. The blockchain is very difficult to use, and people don't understand it really, and understand how it works. So what needed to happen was someone needed to come out with a simple, easy to use interface that tickles people's dopamine receptors and puts the blockchain far in the background so that you don't have to know how the blockchain works, and gives the ability for people to send and receive money with an easy to use interface. So I believe Facebook has really done this. What I can compare it to is downloading an app like Venmo. In America, we love to use Venmo. That's how I send money to my friends, and it's easy to do as just sending a message. So Calibra is making it so you can just download this wallet and basically send or withdraw money in just a few taps, and it's cryptocurrency. Moving on to the problem that they're trying to solve. So if you have a $40 smartphone, you have access to the world's knowledge and information right at your fingertips. This invention gave way more people access to the financial system. There are still 1.7 billion adults that don't have access to traditional banking, even though 1 billion of these adults have a mobile phone. People with less money currently have to pay more for financial services. Remittances and wire costs have giant fees. Also, if you want to borrow like $100 to better your business in a country with bad financial services, you have to pay up to $30 in finance charges, which is way too much. So now that we saw the problem, let's check out the opportunity. So I believe that Facebook has great beliefs and motivations. They think that people should have access to financial services, inherent right to control the fruit of their labor. They want a global, low-cost money movement. People should increase decentralized forms of governance. A global currency should be designed and governed as a public good, and everyone has a responsibility to help advance financial inclusion. These are some great beliefs, and I'm totally with Facebook on this. So now that we went over the motivations and beliefs of Facebook Libra, the problem, and the wallet app, we'll look at Andres Antonopoulos' opinion on this. Andres is an extreme Bitcoin maximalist with very strong opinions, and he did a video on Facebook Libra and brought up some very interesting opinions. So I'll share a couple of those with you. So first, he highlighted Facebook released a white paper. This is not a project that's ready yet. In the crypto sphere, we've been predicting for a big company to come out with their own cryptocurrency for 3 years now. Andres thought it would be Amazon first. What Facebook did is they cherry picked some of the best ideas in the space and they advanced them a little bit. So from Ethereum, they took a virtual machine for execution of smart contracts in gas and Merkle state trees. And from Bitcoin, they took intrinsic digital currency. From EOS, they took proof of authority, federated network of validators. The reason what they created was so amazing isn't what they actually made. It's the fact that they have 2 billion users, and in theory, all of them could go onto Facebook Libra. This development of Facebook Libra would be a huge change, adding another player into the mix. So then we'll have government money, money for the government, fiat, cryptocurrency, money for the people, and then corporate currency, money for the corporation. As I just said, they took EOS's idea for validators and they call the validators the Libra Association. So basically you just pay $10 million to be a part of the Libra Association, which gives you a say in the network. So now that we have that established, let's get a full understanding of how Libra works. So there's a Libra stablecoin, a reserve, and the governance structure. So the Libra currency is designed to be easy to propagate and stable. The reserve currency is fully backed by a reserve, so fractional reserve pitfalls are avoided, and they show guidelines in the white paper to what qualifies as a reserve. And the third component is governance. It starts off permissioned, and then later they plan for it to be permissionless. So the stablecoin expectation is to give 2 billion people to 2 billion Facebook users access to the financial system, provide a store of value that can be used by people who are unbanked, and provide them with an opportunity to take part in global commerce. The way the reserve works, it's backed by a basket of real assets, and the money comes from commitments by members and the users of Libra. And actual assets that back it will be bank deposits and government securities. Just like MakerDAO, Libra has a 2-token system. Libra, which acts as a stable coin, and Libra Investment Token, which acts as governance token. Now the part that nobody likes to talk about, regulation. So Pony Ma, CEO of Tencent, thinks that regulation will be the deciding factor for the success of the Facebook Libra initiative, and I'm totally with him. So this is something that I read that was definitely scary. Democrats in Congress are considering a new bill that will stop Facebook Libra's cryptocurrency plan in its tracks. The bill is called the Keep Big Tech Out of Finance Act, and it will explicitly ban large platform companies from performing banking functions like Facebook. So now the part that you guys have been waiting for, our score on the project might be a little bit underwhelming because we don't know a lot of the different data points that we look at. So it uses BFT, gets a point for that. What's the nature of supply? We don't know that, or the token burn. How many website visits? They got 1.7 million views in June, which is a huge amount of website visits. Is it listed on a top exchange? We don't know that yet. Total number of team members in February 2019, there were 50 engineers working on the project. We don't yet know if they're going to have fiat and crypto pairs. The ICO, Morgan Beller, started working on this project in 2017 and was initially the only person working on the blockchain initiative. Does the white paper explain real-world implementation? We think that it does a fantastic job of explaining real-world implementation. They don't have any public video of team members out yet. Do they have customers and users? We can't say that they do because the platform's not live. Does the token fulfill any utility? It does. Are there early reputable investors? Facebook itself is an early reputable investor, and all of those companies that we talked about in the Libra Association are very reputable. Does it have more than 15,000 members? We know they'll have a massive community. Facebook has 2 billion users. It's going to be a blockchain and a stable coin. Does the company website have team bios? It's aesthetically pleasing. It's very aesthetically pleasing, but they don't have team bios. We don't really know who's working on the project. Are they written about often in mainstream media? Yeah, they're probably one of the most talked about projects in all of mainstream media. Well-known person that can drive developmental progress. Mark Zuckerberg created the biggest social media company in the entire world. He can definitely drive developmental progress. We believe in terms of competition, either Facebook Libra or Telegram Ton will be leading the pack. We don't know yet because neither of the networks have launched, but we'll see that soon. Is the network public, decentralized, and enables trustless consensus? No, it's a corporate currency, and it's going to be permissioned at the beginning. Number of all-star teams, we don't yet know who's going to be working on the project, but we're sure they'll have 5 all-stars. Was the company or key member involved in a scandal? No. Does the token create a market, address an unmet need, or create value? The token 100% creates a huge market. Percent of total supply and relation of initial circulating supply to market cap, both we do not have. And the final score without 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data points is a 64.22%, which is not great. But after they get these 7 different data points, we're sure it's going to score much higher than that. All right, so for the final opinions, I'll sum up the pros and the cons. So it's got great intentions of bringing financial inclusion to everybody in the whole world. They have the audience to really put cryptocurrencies on the map. If 2 billion people have access to this and notice that a cryptocurrency actually works, that will be great press for Bitcoin and also lend a lot of credibility to all other cryptocurrencies. And also Facebook Libra could be the new favorite on-ramp to crypto. For cons, it didn't score great on the fundamental score. Score will come up when they give more information out. The cryptocurrency is not actually decentralized, it's permissioned. It's a stable coin backed by fiat. When fiat starts losing value, Facebook Libra will also start losing value. And the US won't see many benefits from a tax perspective. There's going to be a lot of tax implementations with this. Also, regulators are going to try their very hardest to stop this. This is probably the biggest problem that Facebook's going to run into. Additionally, interest is going to go to Facebook Libra, and it's not going to go to the money that you have in it. So if you put money into a bank, your money will earn interest. But if you put money into Facebook Libra gets to invest that money and earn. And also, it's possible insiders belonging to the Libra cartel could give themselves advantages. So if one of the incentives was to get people to use the currency based on discounts on Uber rides, this happens. Facebook's giving an advantage to Uber instead of other ride-sharing platforms. All right, thank you so much for watching this week's episode on Facebook Libra. If you liked our opinions and you want to learn more about cryptocurrencies, please like the video, subscribe to our channel. I'll do videos like this every week. Tell us in the comments what you think about Facebook Libra. Is this going to be a paradigm shift? Are you going to actually use Libra? I'll see you next week here for another review of a big crypto project. To the moon and beyond.
Some say that technology is getting too complex, that personal data can't be protected. Some say that the only safe place is home, that cryptocurrencies aren't safe. We at Ledger believe that your data should be safe everywhere you go, that security can coexist with simplicity. We believe that your assets should be in good hands. Yours. Ledger Nano X. Keep your crypto secure everywhere.